I'm going to show you how you can use VEO3 to create videos that are going viral on social media. And I'm going to show you how to set this up within n8n. Right now, AI videos are going viral all over social media, and even more so since Google just dropped their VEO3 model. Right now, it's on the top of the AI rankings, and for good reason. And that's because what it's producing is absolutely phenomenal. And at the same time as producing these amazing text to video content, it can produce sound and dialogue within these videos. So in this video, we're going to first go through some of these viral AI examples to see what VEO3 is capable of. Then I'm going to show you the tool I'm using to access VEO3 through an API. And then finally, I'm going to take you through this workflow node by node so you can do this yourself. So to start off, I'm going to show you how you can get this workflow for free. And to do that, I'm going to go to my community on school. This is absolutely free to join. I'm going to go to the classroom section. And then here you have AI marketing automations. So if you just click into this, you have a resource section here. So if you download this file, click download, and then you open n8n, all you need to do is click the three dots, import from file, and then bring this in. And now you have the automation ready for you. So with that set up, let's have a look and see what VEO3 is capable of. I found a few examples of accounts that have just gone wild with these VEO3 models. So this one's like a history channel, quite like religious content. It's produced what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 videos, and has already got 360,000 followers on TikTok. So let's have a look at one of them. This one's got 20 million.
All right, guys, me and Aaron just got inside the palace. We're about to ask Pharaoh to let our people go. No idea how this is going to go, but wish us luck. Okay, we just left the meeting. We asked, he laughed, said no one's going anywhere.
So I find wild about that. Like you can tell it's AI, it's got that kind of shine to it, but it's the lip syncing and the camera angles and the movement is crazy. So another one I found, which is really popular, is this Yeti one as well. So they've got like millions on each video. And again, they've got what, 10 videos and they already have 300,000. So this one's pretty cool.
Hey guys, I'm on my way to Bigfoot Chat. He's gonna show me his house today, and I can't wait to see what it looks like. Guess snowboards aren't all terrain, unless you like mud baths.
You kind of get the idea. But like, I just love now that we can just come up with any idea we have, like a Yeti not ice skating, like skating down a mountain, doing a vlog, and he just create that into existence. I think that's so amazing. But one more I found was this Stormtrooper one. And this again, only a handful of videos just on Stormtroopers, almost 282K. So it's
okay guys, so like you saw in the last video, after Greg's terrible flying, we've ended up here on Tatooine. And now we're on patrol duty in town.
All you're noticing is like a theme across these, is that all of them are kind of like these vlog styles, which is currently working very well. I don't know how long it would work for, but it's definitely working right now. So now we've seen like some of the examples of videos people are creating using VEO3 that are going viral on social media. I want to show you the tool I'm using to generate these videos. So the tool, if you've not heard of it before, is called Replicate. So Replicate, what it does is, instead of having to subscribe to every single AI model to be able to create content, like having to subscribe to Google and Kling and Flux and all these different content AI models, what you do is you use this one service. You don't have to pay a subscription. You just top up credit, and then you get access to every single model. So here you can say it's video models, and they have like a large selection of video models you can use. And as part of that, they have Google's VEO3. So if you click into that, you then have access to VEO3. So you can use it within here, but we don't want to do that. We want to bring this into n8n so we can create really powerful workflows. So what we'll do is we'll go into n8n and I'll show you the workflow. But just before that, actually, what you need to be aware of with Replicate is first how to top up your credit and where to find your API key. So to do that, you want to click on your name and click API tokens. So here you can create a token, enter a name. So I'll call this n8n. You can create a token. Oh, I've already used that. n8n test 1. And then you'll be able to get an API key. So you can just copy it here. So I can copy this. And then billing, you just go into this and you can add your billing and then you can start using this. So that's replicate, and it's going to be how we create our VEO-free content. So now if we go into n8n, I'll take you through the workflow I've created, and this allows us to create VEO-free content on demand. The one thing you should be aware of that right now is very expensive to use VEO-free because it's so high quality and in demand. It's about $6 per piece of content. So if you are using this, be very careful with how much content you produce. I'll take you through how this model works. So first, we have a section to generate our prompt. So I've created a AI, which has a prompt that allows us to create specifically fine-tuned prompts for VEO-free. Once we do that, we have Google Sheets where we upload the prompt and store all our information. We then use this node to generate the video. But because this is such a high quality model, it takes time to actually produce it. It's about 3 minutes in my testing to get a video done. So this just starts the process, and then we go through this loop until the video is ready, and then we upload it to our Google Sheets. So this is the chat model. We can chat with the model here. With the OpenAI one, we have a user prompt, which is just basically taking our chat input and bringing it in, and we have this system prompt here. So if you download this work file, you'll be able to get this prompt in there. And basically, I'm just telling it that it's a text to video general assistant. Its job is to take what we say and create a rich, vibrant scene. And I've just given it some rules that through testing, I know help create a really good output. So if you want to create your own videos, what I would recommend is read through this and then change it and adapt it so it works for what vision you have in your mind. So once we've created the prompt, we then go on to uploading it to our Google Sheets. So we want somewhere to store all our information, our prompts, our URLs. So I just created this basic Google Sheet here, where it's what prompt we have, the status, and the final URL. So nothing too crazy, but we want to create this. Then we go back into n8n. So here I've just set this up where I've connected the Google Sheets. And then once we have the prompt go through, we just upload the prompt to our Google Sheets like this. Then we get the content idea by pulling it using this node. And we want to get the row number as well, because we're going to use that in a second. And then this is where we call replicate to produce the video. So in order to set this up, you'll have this already set up here, but to do the authentication for generic auth type, you just want to click header auth. And this is where we add our API key. It's just letting replicate know that it's us that is accessing their model, and it's so we can then able to use their model. So we have header auth here. We'll have replicate, and what you want to do is create new credential. Here, you want it to say authorization. So if we go back into VEO-free, you can see, for example, if you go to the API section, we need to have authorization in the header. So you can just copy this. And then back into here, you can add authorization. And then in here, you add your API key. But this needs to be bearer space your API key. So again, if we go back into here, you can see it says bearer space and then the API key you copied. So without that bearer space, it's not going to work. Once you do that, it's going to be set up and you'll be able to use it. So I'm going to go away from this because I've already done it. And then for the rest of this, I've already set it up for you. It's just basically pulling in our prompt and then we'll get our output here. And then it's basically just going to be processing in the background. Once we've done that, we just have this loop that goes around. I have set it to wait for 60 seconds, and every 60 seconds, it's going to check if it's basically finished or not. So if you can see on the first run, it said it was, well, it was still processing. And then after 3 runs, the video had finished and it would come out as succeeded. And then when it says succeeded, we just have this if node that says if succeeded, then go through this, and then this will upload the URL to our Google Sheets. And then what I generated was just this Viking video. So this is the prompt I gave it.
Morning, friends. Join me as I row across these icy waters.
See those cliffs up ahead?
So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. But one thing I find that's a bit of a challenge with VEO-free is that when you're doing it, it's a bit of a lottery. you want to experiment with different prompt types. Like for example here, I don't know if you saw at the end, this writing came up. So you need to really prompt it to not do that. But because it's so expensive now, you don't want to be just chucking lots of money at it. I think when the prices go down, this will be a lot more accessible, but just something to note. When you're doing this, if you're like low on credits or you don't want to spend too much, really think about making a very detailed prompt. And then, yeah, that's where you produce the video. So that's pretty much the workflow. I've shown you how to get it, all in the school community. So if you want to take your learning deeper, you have this community full of entrepreneurs who are trying to learn how to use AI to help improve their business. And if you want to take your learning even further than that, I have a private community. And in this community, there's lots of different courses where you can learn about n8n fundamentals, how to create AI agents, different sales and marketing workflows, vibe coding, and a lot more. So I hope you found this useful, and I'll catch you next time.